Hello everyone. Hi.
Hi, Rohan.
Hi. Good morning. Morning. Can you all see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So yesterday we completed the setting for activity areas. Okay. So today we'll go ahead and complete and understand the next set of structure. The structural elements of AWM. Okay. So we call it as structural elements of AWM because they are only available in AWM. Okay, and these structure elements are EW relevant only within the EWM box. Okay, so warehouse door and staging area is our next which we are going to discuss. So as you know that I have shown you a video where I just explained how a door is when the vehicle comes and stands with this with the back facing the door, and the people go from back of the truck or trailer and get the product from the trailer and unload it, in an intermediate storage area, which is a staging area. Okay, so it's like a loading unloading operation which happens within with the combination of door and staging area. Vehicle comes at the door, and you do if the product is coming from vendors, you do the unloading from vehicle um, to a staging area. Okay, or which is also called as, for example, your intermediate storage area. We do an unloading. Same way, when you are supplying to a customer, an empty vehicle comes, and from staging area you load the vehicle, you load your product or HUs onto the truck or trailer. Okay, so basically these are used for loading and loading activity. The warehouse door and staging area combination. So then you also have, you can see warehouse door, when we define them, we say whether it's for inbound and outbound, we give a number range, then we give a default staging area group. That means which is the staging area. So, what is the default staging area means from where, ideally it is going to be used for loading and unloading purpose. Okay. So we have staging areas, and these staging areas are your intermediate storage areas. Like I showed you that day, when we did good receipt, we created GR zone bin. So GR zone bin or 9010 storage type. If you recollect, the role of 9010 storage type we saw was staging area group. Okay, so this is staging area group. Okay. Then this staging area uh, and this door we have to first create as storage types. Okay, so mhm, okay. So So you can have multiple doors. You can have independent doors for inbound and independent doors for outbound. Okay. Uh, we have to create them. As we have created this door as a storage type also, and we have also created staging area 9010 storage type also. Okay, but still you have to go in a separate config to say that this door we created as new, and then there is a master data where we say this door is assigned to a particular storage type of door. Okay, so all these things we'll be covering in yard management in more detail. Okay, creation of door, assignment of door to door storage type to the doors. Then same way, we go into a config called as define staging area where we create 9010 and other staging areas. So these staging areas, again, we say that for this staging, this temporary or intermediate storage is going to be for GR or good issue. Okay. Then, as I said, the major activity which goes from your staging area is the loading and unloading to your door. Then you can define here, like, if you have an outbound consignment, when your loading should be started. When your entire consignment is in the staging area or some of the parts are in staging area, even if some part is there in the staging area, out of the entire consignment, you go for loading. So when your loading should start, basically there is a load rule configuration available. Okay. So as I said, it's a physical area which is near to your door. Okay. So for if it's a small space near the door where products are staged temporarily, before loading and after unloading. So after loading, you move from keep it in the staging area, and once there are people who are doing unloading, and there are people who are going to take the stock from this unloading or the staging area and going to place them into your warehouse. Okay. So you can define staging area. You have a configuration for staging area, okay, and then we say whether it's for good receipt or good issue. Okay. And then there is another config where we can determine the door and staging area based on product. Okay. So it defines, to determine which product will go to which staging area, we create a door determination and staging area and door determination group, and we assign this to the product. And then, we can assign a combination of staging area door determination group. Okay, then this is the staging area door determination group meant to be the product master. Then this is the staging area that has to be determined. This is the door that has to be determined. So basically, we can, in a business sense, it would be like if certain products are always loaded from a particular door, so the staging area which is near to that door, okay, will be proposed for that particular product. Okay. Same way, there are certain products which go to another area for loading, so pick them and they will automatically, system will suggest you to put it in another staging area, not the one for the other products, and from there it will ask you to load on the door which is relevant for those kind of products. So product wise also we can basically determine. So product master has a indicator called as staging area and door determination indicator, and using that indicator also we can do some determination. Okay. So if we talk about our warehouse with combination of doors and staging areas, so these are our regular storage type. We have created 8001, 8002, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we have bin GR zone, bin good issue zone. These are created in staging areas. So we have created new storage types, but we haven't created this intermediate storage type. We said that we'll be using the standard ones. If in case for any scenario we come across, we feel the need of creating a separate staging area or separate bin or something like that, we'll create it. Okay. But as of now, we are just using the standard GR zone and GI zone. So this is a general storage area from where. So these are doors inbound. Your truck comes here. Your product is unloaded from your truck into this area. From this area, you can see the forklift. In that video, the forklifts are used. They take the product from here and then they keep it in the warehouse. So same way while going outbound, you pick from here, put it in the staging area, whatever consignment is supposed to go, and from there they are loaded onto a truck or a trailer on the door, which is standing at the door. Okay. So this is a typical movement within a warehouse with respect to door and staging area. Okay. So we'll first have a look at the configuration. We'll not go in much detail because Anyways, we are going to cover it during yard management. Again, we have to create doors and all this stuff. So if we create now, we might, you know, we might have to create them again, or we might, since it is linked to that topic more, it is better we create it at that moment. But anyway, it's not a big config. You can create easily. There are just two tables. So if we go define storage type. So you can see 9010, 9020, and you can see some storage types created for doors as well for receipt and good issue. So you can see 9010 is a staging area group here, and 9020 is also staging area group B. Okay, but 9030 is F, which is a door, and 040 again doors for good issue. So you create storage types for staging area and doors, and then we kind of define doors as well. So you can see by copying, we would have got some doors here. This is inbound, and then there will be outbound as well, some outbound as well. Then we can assign door to door determination group, and we define a door determination group here. Okay. Assign staging to door determination. Staging area to door. So which staging areas can we use for door? I think there is another config here where we can define the door and staging area determination group. Okay, which we will go and maintain in the product master. I think I'll just show you that field as well. How do we influence from product master? So you can see somewhere here door determination, staging area door determination group. So what we maintain here for a particular product, and what we determine here, based on that staging area and door will be determined. So all configuration are in the screens. Just wanted to give you a brief background. We'll create this doors, and you can see door. I'm creating it as a storage type, and I'm creating separate door. So this door is not related to anyways to the storage type that I create. So where there is a separate transaction is in easy access screen where we assign this door to that particular storage type. How we assign that? All these things will be looking into yard management. So same like your doors and staging areas, we have another configuration where we create work centers. Okay. So work centers are places within your inbound and outbound. You might have to temporarily while carrying out your inbound step after staging, you sometimes don't directly put away in your regular warehouse. You take it to some quality inspection area, some counting area, some packing, some cleaning, some deconsolidation area. So basically these are the places where you do all your value-added services. You might clean, you might do some weighing, you might do a lot of activities there. Okay, so you can create a work center, and you can say, again, we have to also create a storage type as work center, and for that particular work center, we'll assign that storage type. So a work center is the storage type role, and within that role, within the storage type, we do a lot of configuration for that particular storage type, but specifically that place, which is identified as a work center, let's say here 8030. So that there are special transactions given which are work center element, where you can do quality decisions, you can do your packing, repacking, you can um, you might have a order which is called as value-added service order, where you can say how many packaging material got consumed, what stage your packing is into, how much time it took for packing, all such detailed steps you can carry out in your work center. So work center is nothing but, you can imagine, after your good fish area, you take it to a place where some activity is done to your product before getting stored in the warehouse. So that person who is into that particular packing station or some value-added service activity he is doing on the product, he will go into work center, he will start the activity, work center transaction, he will start the activity, he will see what he has to do. I mean, instructions can also be provided from SAP, or he knows he will update whatever he has done, will confirm that yes, I have completed. So then the next step of put away will be carried out. Okay, same way after picking, you do customer specific packing. So work center person will log on to that work center, and he will do all the activity, and he'll say complete. Then once he says complete, then the next step automatically gets initiated. Let's say after packing, move to staging area. Okay. So we can see, if we combine our structure element of work centers, our inbound and outbound flow in a typical warehouse will become something like this. We have doors. You unload the stock from an inbound trailer or truck onto your inbound staging area. Then you take it to a deconsolidation area, which is kind of a work center, where you kind of, you have a big container, then you split it into individual pallets, and then let's say in the container there is one HU, one container, here you split them, let's say, into 10 small HUs, and then you place them into your storage types. Okay. Then let's say a requirement comes from customer, so you're picking your stock and putting them in the packing area, where you pack them in a customer specific packing. You might, your customer might ask for a special packaging or a special label, kind of label which you will be printing here, and then you put it into staging area. From there it where again gets loaded on a truck and goes out. Okay, so this, the entire flow will be looking into maybe week 4 or something, week 4, week 5, where this entire stepwise execution, to the entire inbound carried out with different steps can be done using USC, okay, USC technique, and the entire outbound with individual steps. So these are just 2 steps. You can add a number of small steps in between the packing, then you can add labeling, you can have quality inspection, then staging. So EWM gives that flexibility that you can make your inbound on for n number of steps. So that stepwise execution also will, there is a very good concept in EWM called as process oriented storage control, where we'll understand and we'll see these things working. Okay. So just to see the configuration and your typical work center, you can see in this area So you can see this is the outbound work center, and this is the storage type 8030, which is it is assigned to, which should also be the role of work center. And these are all the settings for packing. So there is a transaction where you can go and log onto a work center and do packing, repacking kind of transaction. See, it's a work center packing transaction. There is a separate work center for quality inspection, a separate transaction given. So you can log in and you can carry out a lot of activities here. Just taking for a different warehouse. So you can see the products here lying for some customer. You can pack, repack, and do a lot of activities here. So just you can see here a lot of options are given here. So even here you'll get a lot of options to pack, repack, and all those things. You can see low weight and everything can be updated here for your HU that is created in case that has been recalculated or refetched into the system. So we'll quickly see 8030 storage type. Just to see the role. So basically the work center we are creating in the background, it represents this storage type. So it's a role E. See why we need storage type in EWM, because anywhere you place stock, okay, it has to be storage type. So stock is in work center, but in system it should be in some storage type, isn't it? Same way it's at the door, that's the staging area, but it has to be in some storage type, in some bin. So that's why we create, storage type and then assign them to the structure elements. Okay, so this is how your, EWM behaves. So stock movement you have to track. So if it is at staging area or door or a work center, how will where will the stock be held? The ideal structure of a warehouse is, stock can only be placed into bins. So that's why, this role kind of arrangement has been done. Okay. So here we complete our structures which we have within EWM. Okay, so next topic we'll now discuss about the availability group. Okay. So any questions so far? It's clear? Shall we go with the next topic now? Okay. So next topic, it's related to one point during our integration where we where we maintain a availability group of 1 or 2, and we just maintain that setting and we just came out of it. So basically, availability group is a very important feature of EWM. I mean, the same thing we had in, the same thing we had in WM also, but here it is done in a different way. So basically, we call this availability group concept as part of the stock management, because based on availability group, the stock type changes in EWM. Okay. So I mean, if you see the stock in EWM, Okay, so we assign plant and store location to a warehouse, but in EWM nowhere, we are storing the storage location details, right? So let's say we get good receipt in 1000 storage location, 8001, 1000 store location, okay? But if we see our warehouse, I mean, if I show you the stock in our warehouse, okay, I mean, after doing GR, so the stock can be seen into, there is one common transaction, or let's monitor, which is a single transaction for reporting. Everything in terms of reporting is carried out here. So for our warehouse, I think I'll change it over here. I think it will show all
Mohan, I have a
storage.
question here. Mohan, is
Yeah,
it audible? Can you hear me?
yeah, yeah,
When
yeah.
you
Tell me.
when you go to Shumon, when you go to Shumon transaction and you click on any one of these nodes, right?
Yeah.
You have some selection parameters, right? And those selection parameters are wide open. Can we do we have anything as where we can make some fields as mandatory?
In this selection criteria here,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, see these fields, they come from, if you can see, this is the functional module, in the background which it is calling. Okay, so what you have to do is, this is there is a configuration here in the background. This functional
Yeah.
module you have to copy, and in that functional module you have to code saying that make storage type as mandatory.
No,
Okay,
no, I am aware of
and
it's not there here. I know I can get it done by a buffer with the function module. I'm aware of that. But I'm
yeah, yeah,
asking, is there in standard EWM, do you have anywhere you
configuration.
can make? Yeah.
No, no, through configuration it's not possible. Anything,
Okay.
in terms of changing the selection, or it has to be done by, it has to be done by a functional mod change in a functional model, which is then going to be assigned in the configuration to this place.
Okay. Got it.
So I think we did good receipt here. So this is the stock, So you can see the stock we had good receipt, for our testing. It is lying in GR zone, and this stock is, not at all, having any information of the storage location. It's just in warehouse, but you know, we know where the information of a storage location is passed to EWM. Okay? So you can see the bin number, product, quantity. This is stock type, okay, which we are going to focus on. Then it's an unrestricted, and this belongs to, owner, means the business partner of the plant. Yeah, and yeah, GR date, which involved delivery, it is assigned to weight, volume, capacity, everything. But nowhere it has information about store location. But in certain requirement, we might need to know which storage location it belongs to. Correct? Let's say, for example, I was telling you that there are two storage locations, ROD and AFS, receiving on route and available for sale. So we want to track the storage location in EWM. Okay. So basically, what when you want, the EWM store location in the store location tracking in EWM, that you use this concept of availability group. Okay. So availability group is nothing but it's a representation of your storage location in EWM. Okay. So what we do in EWM is we assign the plant store location to an availability group, okay, and then that availability group has different stock types, okay. So based on that stock type, we can understand to which availability group this product is belonging to, or which store location is belonging to. So let's say, for example, since we received in 1000, the stock type was F1, okay. So if we would have received in 2000, the stock type would be F2. So both are unrestricted, but F1 belongs to 1000, F2 belongs to 2000, okay. Let's say for 3000 we created F3. So basically, what availability group does in EWM is based on the store location, it will determine different stock types. All will be unrestricted, but these stock types will have a different number. So this number, we will say that F1, B1 block, F1 unrestricted, B1 block, and Q5, let's say, and Q5 for quality stock. So the F1, B1, Q5, all three of them are belonging to store location 1000. We can say F2, Q6, B2 belong to store location 2000. Okay. So basically the stock types, each of the stock types, they are basically uh, nothing but a representation of your store location. See, this is again optional. You can go ahead saying that all stock in your warehouse comes as F2. That is, there is no change in the stock type. Stock type remains the same across the warehouse. But if you want to have different stock types, like for same unrestricted, you know, it can be shown as different stock types like F1, F2, F3, F4. The list can continue. Maybe you can have 10 also. The system will not stop you. So you can represent your store locations by different stock types here. Okay, so it doesn't stop you with the number of stock types you're creating, number of store location you're representing in EWM, but you need to be very clear, and only when there is a need, business need, then only you create stock types. Because if you create number of stock types, what it is ultimately going to do is it is going to confuse your users. Okay, so why they will get confused? Sometimes it is F1, sometimes F2. They, at warehouse level, your flow should be such that less manual intervention should be there. So you need to be design your control in that way. Okay, that you know know where these stocks are linked. Okay, so, and also keep the number to minimum to avoid confusion. So one very basic example I can give you, why we need stock types, or where we need different stock types. What you can do is you can create a new stock type, okay, for all your raw materials that you receive from your vendors. Okay, that stock type will be, let's say, or that store location will be 1000. Okay, so anything that kind of process in-house, or let's say semi-finished products, okay, or a trading products. So those kind of products you can give them a different store location, let's say 3000. Okay, so then you can have another store location, let's say 5000, where all your products are completed manufacturing and they are ready to be shipped. So all those products you can keep them in 5000. So easily, a very typical example is people generally keep one store location for all other places, and just one store location just for finished products, right? So it is easy to track, how many are there for your shipment purposes, how many are, I can track, let's say 3000, stock type is F5. So, oh sorry, store location 5000, stock type is F5. I can list all the stock, all the finished goods which are there in my warehouse. So those places it is very easy to recognize. Let's say stock in your production supply area. I mean, you supply to your production line, that can also be, tracked into different store locations. So what help it will do, by just entering one stock type, you can get a list of all the products which are supplied to line or which are currently in the manufacturing process. Okay, so these are some examples, based on which you can decide how many stock types you want to create, how many availability group you want to create, how many store locations you want to represent. So let's say you have 3 store locations, 1000, 2000, 3000. All 3 of them belong to raw materials. Okay, then you have 4000, 5000 for finished goods, for example. What you can do is 1000, 2000, 3000. All 3 of them you can assign to stock type F1 and same availability group. Okay, so many store locations can also have, one stock type. Then as I said, it will not stop you. Let's say you have 5 store locations in your company. All 5 you can assign the same availability group. It should be okay. There's no problem. You can have the same stock type across all entire warehouse. But ideally, it doesn't happen. At least you have to differentiate between your components and your finished product. So at least you will definitely have 2 store locations in your company. Okay? Or if you are producing, then for stock at line, that also, it sometimes it is created as a store location. Okay? So SAP, theoretically uses this particular, uh, example to explain the availability group concept. So the need for availability group is also because of the available for sale requirement. So once we do GR, okay, the stock is in the staging area or the GR zone. Okay, let's say from the door we unloaded in the GR area. The stock is in the GR area and it is lying over there. Okay, so basically the stock is yet to be, repacked in the work center and yet to be put away in the final bin. But since you did the GR has posted in ECC, correct? So location 1000. So, what ECC will show that stock as available, right? Because it is the GR is done, so stock in the store location level in ECC will increase. So it will show available, right? So there can be a possibility that a person from sales, he wants that particular product, so he will see, hey, it's ready, it's there in this, or sales of, a production person who wants that part. He will say, hey, I can see the stock in the store location, let me create outbound delivery and pick it up. Okay, but to his surprise, when he creates delivery and he asks his warehouse guys, why haven't you picked that product? So warehouse guy will say, hey, that product is still in the GR zone. It has to be inspected. It has to be go to, repacking. Then it will go to bin. So it is not going to happen until end of day. I cannot supply you by until tomorrow. But the production guy, based on the availability, he might have committed, based on the lead time of, let's say 4-5 hours, he might have committed to production of customer that, this product will be given today. So, sales, available for sales, when your product is available for sale or for any other requirement, becomes impacted. So what is the need for, this sale or for outbound basically? In ECC, the request for taking the product for customer or taking the product for production, the need is that they should only see the stock which is available, which is there in the final bin, okay, actual bin. So what we do here is, we do GR, we do deconsolidation. Until then, it is lying in store location 1000. And what we say is, as soon as the stock goes into final bin, that is 8001 to 8006, whenever we put away into those bins, in the background, the store location should change from 1000 to 2000. And this guy, the sales guy or the production guy should always see the stock in 2000. So the stock which is in 2000, should always, whenever the stock is in 2000, that means that person is sure, yes, now there are no warehousing processes being carried out on this product. This actually available. Yeah. So here it is physically available, but here it is available for picking or available for supply. Yeah. So we call it physical stock, and here it is an available stock. Okay. So how do we achieve that? So here what I'm saying is, here the store location, let's say RD is 1000 for us, AF something is 2000 for us. So we receive the stock in 1000. When we put away into 8001 storage type, this the store location will change from 1000 to 2000. Okay. So how that is achieved? So what I'm going to do for this storage types, I will assign that the stock type should be F1. As soon as I place it here in this storage type, I will say the stock type should be F2. So as soon as I place it from here to here, in the background, the stock type changes from F1 to F2, and that triggers automatically a posting change in ECC. So our good receipt will be done in 1000 storage location, okay? And once you put away in the background, a posting change will be done from 1000 to 2000. And in EWM, the stock type will change from F1 to F2. Okay. So is it clear? I mean, is it sounding confused, or because it's very simple, but if you can understand the concept, then
I am confused, but
yeah, yeah.
that's
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Because I'll tell you, it's slightly confusing, but if you okay, let me explain you in another way. Okay. So again, let's say we do a good receipt. Now, in our case, the stock type is F1. Let's for certain uh, example, for the certain example, we ignore quality and block. Okay. So let's say we receive the stock in unrestricted. Yeah. So let's say we receive the stock as unrestricted. This is our current example. So we did a GR. So the stock is in F1. So I'm saying that F1, F2, okay, these are stock types, two stock types. So imagine in ECC, unrestricted stock type, it's always one. There is only one unrestricted stock type, correct? This is also F1 and F2 are also unrestricted, but in ECC we don't give a number to stock types. Yeah, so there are just three: unrestricted, block, quality. But here in EWM, unrestricted, we are just giving a code for unrestricted stock. This is F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6. All of this unrestricted stock are unrestricted, but we are giving different code to say that this belongs to this store location. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, in the background, I'm going to say F1 belongs to 1000. Okay, once I do the GR, the stock goes into F1 1000. Then when I put up into final bin, the stock type changes to F2. So F2 means store location 2000. So basically at storage type level we say what it should be. It should be F1 or it should be F2. So once I put away, you know, F1 changes to F2, and in the background, since I'm saying F2 means another store location. So in the background, posting change takes place. Okay. So just for time being, just don't assume what will happen in the system. Just think about functionally how this concept would be. So you receive it in 1000 store location, then you put it into final bin. Automatically the store location changes from 1000 to 2000, because the sales guy should only see the stock which is in the actual bin, not which is for which the stock is being put away or for which something is happening. Okay,
So in essence, are you saying that availability group, when it is mapped with F1 to 1000, availability group is the one which actually changes it to F2 to 2000?
Yes, yes. So
Okay.
So availability group is different for this. Availability group is different for this. So when you do the GR, it is belonging to availability group 1. When we put away, the availability group changes to 2. So availability group 1 means stock type this. Availability group 2 means stock type this.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just quickly take you through config. I think we'll again discuss it tomorrow in more detail. We'll try to create some scenarios. So if we see the configuration here comes in the good receive process, configure availability group for put away. Okay, this is the place where we define availability groups. Okay, so before we go to availability group, we'll just see where we assign the availability group. Okay, so it comes in the interface, ERP integration, general setting. So you will see map control. There is no one. This is not the one. I think it's in goods moment. Map storage locations from ERP to EWM. So here, what I'm doing is I'm saying whenever the stock. Okay, sorry, our plant is 8,000. So what we are saying is whenever the stock is received in 1000, the availability group is 1. Whenever the stock is received in 2000, the availability group is 2. Okay, and then let's go to availability group configuration here. So availability group will have this stock types. So if you go into define availability group, so here you create it as 1 or 2, whatever. I've just taken the standard ones. So warehouse is WHEG. So you can see 1 and 2. So good which is in put away and goods which is completely available. Okay. Then we create stock types. Okay. So these are non-location specific stock type. So basically our warehouse, I mean, okay, let me show you the use of this in next screen. So WHEG. So what we are saying is F1, okay, F1, Q3 and B5. Okay, where is B5? It's over here. Okay, so these are block input away, unrestricted use input away, stock and quality input away. If you scroll to right, you will see all of them are belonging to availability group 1. Okay, so when my stock in 1000, system reads 1000 means availability group 1. So if it is unrestricted, automatically EWM determines F1 as stock type. That is what has happened in the current situation. Okay, so based on the store location that you have received in ECC, this stock type will come in EWM. Okay, and then you can see all three of them. Basically, this is unrestricted, this is block, this is quality. Okay, if I take B6, F2 and Q4, okay, they all are belonging to availability group 2. Okay, so whenever what I'm going to do in my storage type 8001, so now I'm going to place the stock into 8001. Okay, the stock which we have received in the GR zone. Okay, I'm now going to place it into 8001 storage type. So in my 8001, availability group is 2. Okay. So now when I place the stock in 8001, availability group becomes 2. So then the stock type will become F2. Okay. So you can see F1 and F2 both are FF, both are unrestricted. Okay. But whenever you create a stock type, you have to say whether it's FF, QQ or BB, basically whether it's unrestricted quality of block. And then you have to say that which availability group it belongs to. So as soon as I'll place it into storage location, storage type 801, system will read from config that this is the availability group 2, and then system will change the stock type to F2. Okay, and since the availability group 2 is assigned to storage location 2000, the posting change will be triggered in ECC and it will move the stock from 1000 to 2000 automatically. Okay, so I think if we have the delivery in ECC, we can quickly see that happening. This is the stock that we have here. So this is the storage location, and then we'll see the one delivery for that particular. Delivery is VL33N. So we have received this. I'm hoping we would have got a good receipt also posted for this. So you can see good receipt is posted. Okay, and if we see the good receipt document, you can see it is in 1000 store location. Okay, and also if we see in MMBE, the stock in 1000, sorry. So you can see one piece lying in 1000. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put away the stock into 8001. Okay. So here in board delivery, you can go and create a task. So for creating tasks, you just have to do like this: following function warehouse tasks. And I think we don't have any strategy or something. I'm just giving a bin manually here. So I'm saying put it into 8001. Any bin. Okay. No actual type. It is looking for some actual type. Let me try in 8003. I hope I might not need any actual type in 8003. Okay. Since we don't have all the strategies in place, we'll have to no storage section search. So let me go for a fixed bin. Should be easy with this. Okay, yeah. So I'm putting it in 8005. I hope 8005 will also have 002 here. So availability group until now was 1. Okay. Now I'm putting it into 8000. In the stock type you can see is F1. Okay. Now since they are inbound delivery in ECC, we received it in 1000. Now let us where is my so the task warehouse order is created. I'll just confirm the task. So basically for picking or put away, we create tasks and confirm tasks, I'm just doing it in foreground, just to show you that stock is now placed in the bin. So warehouse task is confirmed. Now our inbound delivery which we created has been receipted and put away. Okay. Now if we notice first in EWM, the stock is gone from GR zone, and let us see where the stock is lying now. It should be in 8005 bin. And if we click on physical stock, you will see the stock type changed to F2 because the availability group of 5 was 002, which went and determined F2 here. Okay, so stock is placed into bin, but since now your delivery, the status is put away complete, the warehousing activity is also complete. Here we will not see any delivery number here assigned to it because now it is in the warehouse, it is not assigned to any inbound delivery. Okay, so it's available in the bin. Okay, so now let us see in ECC. We refresh the stock now. See, now it has gone into 2000 store location. So now when the sales guy sees in 2000, yes, he will get an intimation, yes, it is available, I can pick it now, or supply to customer, or any production person can look at it. So if we see, automatically what system has done here is in background, it has created posting change. So you can see this was a good receipt we did on 14, and today, you can see the stock transfer posting done from 1000 to 2000. So the stock has moved from 1000 to 2000 in the background. Okay, it's all due to your settings that we have done here. So you can see 1000 to 2000, it has moved. So this is transfer posting, right? So your store location has changed here. So it has all happened because, and it always happens with your uh, availability group. Let's say I create another storage type, let's say 8010. There I assigned availability group 3 and say F3 is unrestricted. So as soon as I move the stock from 8005 to 8010, automatically in the background the stock type will change to F2 to F3, and in ECC it is going to change the storage location. So any place where you change the stock type in EWM, system will read what is the relevant storage location assigned to it in ECC, and it is going to change the stock type in ECC. It's going to do a transfer posting in ECC and change the storage location. So basically, as I was saying, the concept says that it is a representation of your store location stock in EWM. So if you go into stock overview and you go as per the stock type search, as per stock type, if you want to see all stock which is in 1000, just enter the store location and press F1 here, enter any product, and enter F1 here to give you all stock in 1000, F2 all stock in 2000. Okay, so this or this is the way of representing your store location in your EWM. I think it's very simple. It is just different numbers are given to your uh, storage location, storage stock types. Okay, so is it clear, the availability group?
Lohan, this is Shilpa here. I'm sorry I
Yes,
missed every class. So I don't know, maybe. So the availability group, is it like a MRP linked, right? Like, is that stock considered when MRP runs? The F1 stock?
correct. So MRP will run based on your stock, available stock in 2000. So your stock relevant, your availability check will consider the stock and store location 2000.
Okay. So anything in the 1000 it will not consider, right?
Yeah, it will not consider. And MRP, it's always in ECC. It will, since we don't have anything in EWM, this is the way EWM will tell them that yeah, this is available, this is not available. Only in MRP.
So in the the standard warehouse, when we have WM, users in the warehouse, they always go back to the stock, MMB or stock report. So now, like, do the users always switch back between the systems, or they don't, like in a real time?
In real time, ideally, Shilpa, the warehouse users, EWM users, will not have access to ECC. Okay, so ECC, there will be logistic planners, they will have access to both the systems, but actual warehouse workers, if they want to see the stock or something, they will see, only the warehouse level stock in MMBE. Okay, and if they want, I mean, there are super users or logistic planners, they will ideally have access to stock in both the system. They will see, okay, what is in EWM, what is in ECC, and they will keep a track on all the things. But when you are designing a EWM system, you will have to, SAP has created in such a way that a person who is working in EWM, the transaction level, the person who is executing a task, a warehouse worker, for example, there is no need for him to go into ECC at all. Okay, so least, whatever action the worker has to do, he will do it from EWM only. So there are certain scenarios, let's say creation of delivery or something like that. That also options SAP has given. You can initiate from EWM itself. So ideally, if you map your processes well, you can isolate warehouse guys from using ECC system at all, because ECC system is only used for planning. So that's it, and receiving your work request from other modules. So it won't be, ideally it will be recommended that those guys will never have access to ECC. Even they do a good receipt, they are not going to go and see in ECC whether the GR is posted or not, or what is the stock in MMB. For them, yes, my stock is in the GR zone, the worker's work is completed. He will keep a track on how many are pending for receipt, how many inbound deliveries are pending for receipt, how many are pending for put away. And then, for ECC, the things will be happening separately, where the MRP will still continue, the purchasing will still continue.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other question? We'll tomorrow again, rediscuss, availability group before going for the next topic, and we'll just go through slides tomorrow and rediscuss it. Just a recap, and please go through the configuration that we have discussed today, and because it's very important topic, availability group, and it's very simple. Just if you link these 2-3 places together, so it's pretty simple. So go through it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll again rediscuss it tomorrow, few minutes, and then we'll go to the next topic. Okay. So shall we end the session for today? We have gone past our time, 5 minutes. Okay. No further questions. We'll end the session. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.